Welcome back to another fantastic episode of Our Corner. I'm your host, Aaron, and with me today isn't the main man, but it is the master of disaster, our very own tech guy, Gin Tech.
Hello.
Tyler, how you doing today, man?
I have legs. I'm
Today-
not so close to the screen. It's great.
Today, you're not the floating head of the
I know,
show.
dude. I get to sit in the chair.
Yeah, but that's for people. So just remember, the next time other people are around.
I know.
So
No Irish.
no,
We would both have to leave on that one.
dude. On that one, we'd be gone.
we both just.
I think that was one of my favorite jokes in Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
It's like, fine, it's everyone, but we don't want the Irish.
And everyone just agrees.
Yeah.
They're fine with it. You're like, wow. All right.
That made fun of so many people, and it was great. I actually, the funny thing is that I actually rewatched that this past week.
Yeah.
It was and it's still funny as shit.
And it went good. It's still.
Yeah, it's still
It's still hit?
funny. Yeah, it's still hit. I was like the whole thing. When in the beginning he tried to have them sing the songs, and then they're dancing around, and their boss just comes up and he's all, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yep. That's glorious.
That's some of the best. They couldn't get away with that. These kind
No,
of years.
they wouldn't even. It wouldn't be that. They wouldn't even try.
Yeah, they'd probably be like, "We can't have this.
No,
we can't."
That's offensive. That's
Yeah.
mean.
Could you imagine the backlash? No. Man, it has been a week, and it has been a very trying week in regards to getting stuff done for D&D.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
What makes it? What makes this week different than the others?
The thing is that I don't think it's a different week. I think what happens is that you overload yourself so much, and it's
It became work.
yeah, it's
instead
the
of play.
burnout is what it is. That's the word that I was looking for. The burnout.
Instead of work.
is
Work
real,
instead
yeah.
of play, because then
Work
you're
instead of
just
play.
sitting there
And as dungeon masters, burnout is real. I get it. I had it, and the thing is that it comes from a point where you're working harder than you're having the fun.
Yep.
And part of the thing is that you should be having fun while writing. It's not always the case, because dude, at some point it becomes a lot. You start looking at things like, what is my boss? What is the BBEG doing the entire time? What is he supposed to be planning? What's the point of this? What's that? What's this? And you're trying to write this big.
You start accidentally making a real world.
Yeah,
and you didn't mean to, because you're like, oh, I have to actually fill this stuff in because I didn't plan to fill this stuff in, but now I have to
because
if
my
I don't,
players did
it doesn't
this.
it won't make sense.
But and I think that's a big thing that we do as dungeon masters, is when we get overburdened, overloaded, we get burnt out, and instead of realizing that we're burnt out and we need a break, we try to crunch through it, and that's when our games just fucking crash. I think
And that's when no one's having fun.
That's when no one's
because
having fun.
as a player, you can fucking tell. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, you don't even want to fucking be here.
What starts off is and the feeling that I get when we do our games is so fucking cool, because I can see you guys tensing up when I walk into the room and start setting things up. You guys are watching where I'm setting things up. You guys are watching the books that I'm pulling out and the pencils that I'm setting up, and you
we're
guys
just
are,
seeing how bad this is gonna be for us.
yeah. But
how
thing
many
is that-
kobolds are gonna kick our ass today? If it's over 2, apparently
and
we're fucked.
the fucking thing is that you guys barely survive each time, but you guys survive, and you guys have fun doing it.
Well, survive. The word "survive" is a larger word than it was supposed to be.
We got through it.
Accept it.
It is what it is.
Yes, literally. That is our entire game so far.
In the immortal words of our friend Sean, the main man himself, who unfortunately couldn't be here. But I just want to say that when I can feel the tension in the room, I don't think it's a panic tension. I think it's a let's do this tension. I think it's an eagerness and excitedness to be there. And that's why I kind of like that.
Every one of us wants to play, and we want to do good. And it's not in like a we need to hog the spotlight. It's like, no, I owe it to the other people. Let's fucking
Like,
do
let's
this
have
mission. Like, let's
but
actually do
you
what we
guys
can.
do what you can, but you guys aren't like competitive about it. Like, you guys don't
No,
want to like fucking do this. And I'm not trying to like sit there and be like, my games are the greatest and hog the like. There's tons of dungeon masters who have that same kind of party that's out there. They have those people that want to do good because the people that they play with are doing good, and that or that their people that they are playing with aren't doing good, and they're like, well, I got to do good, and I want to do this, and I want to have fun, and it's a like, it's awesome to see like firsthand
I
that
think that word you're
reaction.
using right now is a little mistaken. See how you're saying we're trying to do good? Look at my character. He's not doing good at all, but I'm playing him.
Yeah.
Like, he just got out of being cursed, which genuinely, for that guy, the curse sucks. Because but if you're willing to play him, it's fun.
Yeah.
And everyone, as long as, and we know that everyone else is like, well, they know it, yeah, it's annoying, but they're like, okay,
Yeah.
it's part of it. Let's break it so we can move on. It's not just, oh, I just don't want to play anymore.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that do that where they don't want to play. Oh, I got cursed. Well, what's the point in this? It's like, dude, stop. But that's to circle around with like that also goes with player burnout. It's like you only deal with so much bullshit before you're like, hey man, I just don't want to deal with this. Like the scheduling sucks. It's never around my schedule. Our DM sucks because he doesn't want to like ever give me the spotlight, or he never lets me do the thing that I want to do. Those are some reasons that players get burnt out, is like I have to like do or play the game the way that the DM wants me to play and not the way that I want to play.
I would say like this, it's even worse if like you're playing,
There we go.
you're like, as a player you're playing, and um you like, you're just sitting there trying, you're trying to do your thing, but every time you do, the DM's like, no. You're like, but this is in the realm of my character. No.
Yeah.
It's like that's eventually that person's not going to play anymore. Because they're like, well, okay, tell me what character I can make, because I'm not going to fucking do this. Like,
Yeah.
everything you said, I was a wizard. Oh, you can't cast fireball. Why? You need to give me a reason. And
Yeah.
I've seen ones kind
comes-
of like our cringe stories
Yeah.
where literally they're like, no, you can't do it in here. Why? They never made a why. So the person's just like, oh, well, fuck me. All right, I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah. And
I don't
then
want
they're
to play
like,
anymore.
well, what can I cast?
Yeah.
You can cast any of the spells except for fireball, dude. Like, though you let me pick fireball as a spell. That's the thing, is that like player burnout comes from a dungeon master not working with his players but against his players.
Yeah.
Player burnout comes from being in a party with people who don't want you in their party. It's you sometimes find that either you are the toxic player that's fucking it up for everyone, or everyone else is fucking it up for you. There's tons of other groups out there that are more than willing to accommodate you as a person. They'll play with you and they'll be about that. And that's the thing that like I think that stops player burnout, is when you find a group that you like being around and you like having fun with. Like, is there such thing as bad D&D? Hell yeah, there's tons of bad D&D out there, and it does burn people out, and it does cause it to be the point where I don't want to play this week, guys, let's just reschedule, or I don't want to play this week, guys, let's just fucking start something different, or like, guys, can we just do a different game? Like it's not bad that it happens. I don't think burnout is a bad thing for like D&D. It just means like, hey guys, like slow down.
I
Like,
actually
slow
disagree
down.
with you.
Really?
I think at least player.
Well, I'm not like surprised that you disagree with me.
No.
That really did sound like surprise. Really? Really?
No, but like
you disagree with me?
I'm yeah, no, we blindly just agree with everything all the time. Just never
cut him.
No, literally though, like I don't think it's that. I think it has to be not just like, oh, rescheduling. You have to genuinely not want to play. I don't think it's just a schedule, because most people, if it's just a schedule, they'll figure it out, or they'll go, oh, hey, I still want to play, but I can't if this is the day. That's different. I don't think that's burnout.
I think that's an excuse.
Yeah, but if you don't want to play, you'll just be like, oh, I can. And no, just say you don't want to play.
A lot of people use that excuse, and I guess you're right about that. I guess the intention here was just to be like, hey, burnout is real. If you don't want to play, let them know, like, hey, I'm feeling a little burnt out. I really don't want to do this week. Let's do something else. Like, either like, let's go somewhere, if you're within the realm of like their close friends. If you're online, like, hey, let's maybe play a different game. Let's set something else up.
And
Or like,
I think
let's,
you and me have a different definition of burnout.
we
I
might.
think yours is temporary. Mine is like, I'm fucking done. I can't
Yeah,
take this shit anymore.
I definitely have a very temporary burnout. Like, I had a burnout these last couple of weeks, which is like, I had it for both, I had it for both this, like, doing like podcast stuff and
Hmm.
doing D&D stuff. And like, I just want to say this like as honestly as possible. Like, the stuff that I want to do has to be quality. I can't just do it because like I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, then
throwing
it's not
something up,
fun.
it's not fair and it's not fun for everyone. And I think if you have that burnout, it's okay to take that mental health time, and just kind of like
Yep.
reload. If you do that, you'll find that there's a lot more longevity to it. Um, my burnout is definitely more temporary. Like, there's stuff that I won't do for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks is pushing it. But like by 4 week, I'm like a crack whore, man. I'm itching for it. I'm like fucking
See,
sitting there like, let's do it. Like, come on.
yeah, that's how that was. I'll say this. I thought I was gonna be that way with like Warhammer.
Yeah.
After a couple weeks, I didn't miss it.
Yeah.
And they're
It
like, and people be like, "Oh, well, you were never a real fan. You never." It's like, dude, I was. They made me not miss it.
yeah.
It wasn't me burning out.
And
It
it's a
was
it's a
them.
bad experience, like,
Yeah.
for burnouts. So like, kind of the example that I have like of player burnout is like when you have like DMs, bad games, things like that. It wears down your energy, and when your energy drops to a certain point, you don't want to do it, you don't want to deal with it. Like, it's
Yep.
just kind of like whatever. Some people, that's temporary, but you never want to be the reason that it's a permanent burnout
And
you
when you're
know
saying a bad game, it doesn't mean that your players lose because
yeah.
that
It
has to
just
be. You can't just have them win every time.
yeah.
I
the,
I
the definition of a bad game for me is like something where it's like, it's just a nightmare to play. Like, it can be scheduling, it can be fucking where it's, your players don't want to cooperate, they fight you every single place. You have to argue like all of the time for everything. It stops being fun. Like, if I want that, dude, fuck, I'll just play Risk or Catan, like,
I was gonna say just go to work.
yeah,
Like, at
just go to
least you'll
work,
make some
man.
money.
Yeah.
Like
If
you
I
want to
have to
get yelled
argue
at
with
all
people
day,
all
like
day,
yeah.
man, which is like, for DMs, the burnout comes from not necessarily the players. There, you could have players that cause burnout, because like, it's never really the whole group. It's always like there's one or two players you're like, fuck. And luckily for me, it's not you guys. But like,
I was gonna say shout out Andy.
the for DMs, the most thing that I find is like the burnout is the world building and the actual like lore making, like the actual fucking comings together of it, the actual like game. Because like, you have to put on so many hats and facilitate so much.
You have to like that part
And that's the part
because
that's
if you
like,
don't, it's gonna
oh,
be a
dude.
bad time.
And like,
Like
the thing is that there are people out there who hate doing that, and it reflects because they're bad dungeon masters, and they present it as, I like doing this because it makes you miserable. And that's one thing that I think is like, hey, they're burnt
yeah,
out from being a DM.
yeah. That's not even you just saying that. I had the that doesn't even sound fun. I
Yeah.
would if you were like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, I'm not playing your game. Like,
Like,
oh, you don't want to come over? No, dude, you clearly don't want to do this. It's okay. Like,
and like, that's the thing with burnout, man. It's a tough, like, it's a tough hill to like climb,
yeah.
because you don't want to do it, and then when you find out that you don't really have to, and then everything's kind of fine, you start feeling like, hey man, I can breathe a little easy, sleep in a little bit more. I don't have to go do nothing. I can watch that movie or show that I wanted to catch up on instead of doing D&D. But I'll tell you, man, like, you and me, we have two different burnouts, because you are like, if it happens, it happens, right? Like, I'll gladly do it again. But like, for me, I start sitting there and I'm like, after like a week or two, it starts getting in. I start getting like cold sweats. It's like
See,
an
that's where
addiction and an adrenaline.
I don't see it as a burnout. That I see it as it's like it's like a break. Like for you, it's not a burn. You're not burnt out. You just need that break to recharge your, because you and me are a lot alike. We like doing all the behind the scenes lore shit. That's
Yeah,
fun because
that's the fun
other
part.
people will sit there and be like, "Oh God, I have to think of all these gods and what they do," and you and me are like, "All right, so Crom in 1850, like
We're like,
he
yo, how
sat
do I?
down the tablets of."
So we're talking about the year 2020, right? And Crom now has
Yeah,
tanks. Like
like
that's
yeah,
exactly
it's
the shit that we
fun.
have fun with. But
Yes,
I say this because it's not so much that it's like it's a terrible thing that we do. It's like for me, the way that I picture burnout is probably like how you say it's like a break. But for me, like when I burn out, it's like, dude, I fucking can't. Like, I can't think of
how
anything. I
far
can't
do you
write.
go when you burn out? How far are you about to throw the books away? Like how
You know what?
far?
There's been times where I've genuinely thought about it. I'm like, dude, I could literally give these fucking things away and just never come back.
And you wouldn't, and you think you wouldn't miss it.
And I sit there for an instant. For an instant, I sit there and I think, man, I could possibly not miss this. But then there's that small part of me that's like, dude, you'd miss this. Like you can lie. You can be tired. You can lie to yourself, but you can't really lie outright because
It's
the moment that I sit there and I go, but what if? And then like it's almost like immediately that what if goes, what if I just fucking like we could just finish this game?
mm,
We could have fun with this game. What if we do this next session? What if and then all of a sudden it's like it's kind of back in.
it builds back. You did, yeah. That's what I mean. Like you just wanted a break. You didn't burn out. Like
Yeah.
for me, burnout is like, dude, fuck this. I'm selling all this shit. You know
I'm
what?
getting
I
rid
don't
of
even care about
Oh, so
selling
yours
it.
is like
I'm
crash out,
fucking
like you're
done.
done. Like I'm
Like
out of the
I'm not even
hobby, I'm
selling
out
this
of the
shit. I'm gonna
community.
throw it in the trash. I don't even want to put it in the fucking boxes to sell it to somebody.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
fucking like you're
like
way
you're
done.
fucking
Yeah,
done.
like
Yeah,
yours is a different level of
yeah.
burnout.
It's total. Just I'm good.
Yeah,
Because
I can
I don't think you will ever get to I'm good with D&D.
yeah, it's just it's too awesome like for myself and I didn't really want this podcast to be like a myself thing.
It's not.
This one is
You're giving
genuinely
an
like
example, like because
I think for what I
you're still
see,
in and I'm out. Well, mostly out. See, I still
yeah,
have the thing too.
you're still
Warhammer, I
there.
pretty much don't.
If I looked at you was like Tyler, I want you to run a fucking one off. You probably do it. You might not have as much fun.
No, I would enjoy it, but I don't.
You don't
If you were like,
anticipate it.
"Hey, can you make
You're not
Tyler?
like
You should
running
make
up
a
to
new
me like,
army."
"Hey,
I'm like, "No,
no, yeah,
I'm not fucking doing
I'll
that."
pass on that." I've
Yeah,
seen how that shit works.
yeah.
But I think what happens is that as DMs, we don't take those breaks ourselves because we think that like we have to keep trucking. And what that does is that doesn't help your game. Like I was saying, what it does is it hurts it because you stop having that inspiration to make the game good and fun, and you start having it to get it over with.
Yeah, that's never.
And
I
in
don't
my
play that.
head, when I start going like, well, I want to get it over with, I start thinking like, yeah, but if someone gave you that same fucking energy like during your game, you'd hate it.
Yeah,
And it's a point of like where I think for me it's that hero's journey moment. Like I'm not a fucking hero slaying a dragon. I think for me it's that moment of like that doubt when you reach the book and the hero's all like, I don't know if I can do this. And all of a sudden he sees like that rock on the ground. He's like, I can do it. And then
I
he
can
jumps
see.
up. Yeah.
I can fight.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what that honestly
Yeah.
is, because when you get to that point where you're just like, fuck, dude, I need to take a second, I need to take a breather, I need to
Yeah.
take a lap, like whatever you need to do to like make it fun or keep it fun, fuck it. Like I think what happens is that a lot of new and eager DMs, what they do is they hit that point where they get to a point of burnout and they're like, man, I haven't played in like 2 or 3 years, I should play again. And then you find out that you're very rusty at it because you decided that instead of getting up back on that horse and having that fun, that you're just going to put it in the stable and let it sit. You know, like,
But sometimes you need that. Sometimes I very much think that some people need that time to recharge the
yeah.
battery. Because
Oh, yeah. Not
every
everyone's
time
the
I've
same.
seen someone be like, "Oh no," and then they get back into it, they have some like amazing idea,
Yeah.
and they're like, I was like, "Why didn't we play this years ago?" And you're like, "Dude, I didn't think of it until like 2 days ago."
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's such a beautiful thing to have happen too, is because I feel like there's definitely you are right. Like I'm not going to argue with you on that. There's no point to argue with it because there's so much the value of what you just said. Different people have different time frames for recouping. I think the mental health part of it is a thing. I think giving up on it is a no. Like I don't even think that you should take years and years of breaks. Like to me it's like if
I
you
think
want to
then you're
take
actually burnt out.
yeah, I think
Then you're
then
done.
you're probably done and you probably are just like, well, maybe I can do another game when I feel like it and do. Honestly, I think one of the things that I love is when I get those moments to kind of rest. Even then there's stuff that I'm looking at. Like my TikTok is full of people who paint miniatures. My TikTok is full of like people who have ideas for different games. And like sometimes I doom scroll through them where I just don't fucking care what they're saying. But then like I'll stop and there's one that's all like add this to your game and I'm like, okay.
Dude,
like
I have literally I have all for like Warhammer wise. I'll tell you what got me not back in, but it keeps my mind going because I love making little stories and like about like space marines and stuff.
yeah.
I was like, man, I'm good. I don't really want to do this anymore. And I'm sitting there and I was listening to just like I like the lore and I was listening to a lore video and they said one word and I was right back fucking in. They're like, oh yeah, chimeric gene seed. I'm like, that's how I can make my guys. And then I was right back in.
It's so fucking
Like,
awesome.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy this. I'm
As
gonna get like right away. It was not even.
dude, hell
I was
yeah.
like, I'm in
Hell
100%.
yeah.
And then I was like, no, wait, no, no.
Stop,
You gotta,
stop.
like you too
Stop,
far,
you're gonna
too far.
bankrupt.
Yeah.
I think and you know the thing is for me is I definitely love reading books. I love watching movies. I love doing all of that. So it's one small thing. Like it could be something stupid the villain does. Like he turns left at a wall and the wall disappears and you're like, "Oh, I should have thought of that."
Mm-hmm.
And then what if I have and like that's how you start that spark of like getting
Yeah.
back in,
That's
but
not. I don't consider that burnout.
man,
That's just the
I
break.
consider it like I do consider it burnout because at the time you're like, I don't want to do this. I'm burnt out. You get those thoughts of like, I could just quit. I could just do whatever. And everybody has that. If you're telling me you don't have it at some point, I think you're lying to me. I think everybody at some point needs that break from like I'm gonna say everybody needs that break from like being the dungeon master or being the player and doing something just a little different. But I don't think you should just give it the fuck up. I think that
No.
if you give it up, maybe either A, you weren't as passionate about it as you initially thought, or B, it just you just couldn't, like it just wasn't for you. And I mean, either one of those things is okay. Not everything is for everyone. But like if you're gonna be a DM and you have people who are playing a campaign with you and you're in your mind you get to that point where it's like, I just need to get to the end, dude. I just need to get to the end. You're going to like stop playing the quality game that you need. And you're going to start getting to a point where you're done. You're just like you don't give a fuck about what the players do. You don't give a fuck about the monsters that you use or what makes sense. And that right there is really a crime in itself. And I feel like if you get to that point, you either need to stop the session immediately at that point and just be like, guys, let's reconvene because I'm just not doing it tonight. Like,
Mm.
obviously, you're going to have to apologize to your players and be like, look, guys, really sorry about this. This happened. Like, this is the way. Like, if you're honest and you're communicative, I feel like that's a good portion for it. But also, there's a point where it's like, I want to say that, like, yes, you should suck it the fuck up because you
Sometimes
devoted that. Like,
you have to
you
you
have
have
to
to
know.
know when you're done and when it's just, oh, I
Right.
just don't want to do this right now. Not that I don't want
And
to do it
that's, I
forever.
think that's happened with everyone, at some point. Like, we even say it like I said it earlier, like the last few days, like if you don't know, like I've had family issues and stuff like that. So like the podcast, I've been like, oh shit, I got to come up with stuff for the podcast, and like the quality of the stuff that I was coming up with was garbage because it wasn't there. I
It
wasn't
wasn't on your
present.
to-do list. You
Yeah, I
weren't
wasn't
like,
present. But like when I sat down and was like, when I sat down after all of it and had that breath and was like, oh my God, like, let's talk about this. This is the thing that we should talk
that's what
about.
I was gonna say. I'm like, did you make this, or do you want to talk about this? Because that's two different things.
Right.
Did you make the topic, or do you want to talk about the topic?
I made the topic.
Well, you should want to talk about the
Oh
topic.
well, yeah, dude. I mean, like
I
that
no
was
no
the
no. I'm
thing.
saying like
Oh,
because you could make a topic and a topic you don't give a fuck about.
yeah, like
But
if I came up to you
if
and
you
was
want to
like,
talk about
today
it,
we talk about like unicorns, lawful good or chaotic good, and it's like,
yes,
why are you throwing that out there, my guy? Like you've talked about like how to help DMs. Like I've talked about like what I think helps DMs, and I've talked about what I think hurts games and stuff like that. I feel like burnout is the number one enemy of every player and every DM.
yes, and I would say number two is one thing you actually brought up, and you can probably do this on another episode, maybe. The person who, like you said, who never has a bad time or it's everything's perfect, it's like then you went from fun territory to obsession
Right. We're
because
like
then
it's
you're just lying to yourself. Like there's
you're
always
lying.
some kind of negative part you don't like. You don't like everything.
Right.
Like
And like I'll tell you one thing right now. And I feel for you guys in this episode, this is a warning. This is real fucking feelings. This is
you don't like
raw.
Andy. I feel it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
This is real fucking feelings. This is raw, my guys. But I I'll tell you, man, like it is easy for me to like when we get to the table be
yeah.
bubbly and have the fun. It is hard to get to the table sometimes because like there are times where like we are fucking like we're like the day of and I'm like, damn, man, will I have the energy? And then it's like when you get there and you see everyone, so like don't turn around on that same day and give up on it because
Yeah,
like that
wait a
could
little
be,
bit because if
yeah,
you're in the game, because if you genuinely were like, "Hey guys, I'm actually gonna stop here. I'm not. This isn't. I'm good, but not today."
yeah, I'm like,
You've never done that, but I think we have a good player base, and even if you felt like that, you're like, "Oh, I'm actually having fun. What am I?" Even if it, like
yeah.
it's in your head, you're like, "Wait, no, like stop.
I
I'm
also
having
think
fun.
that
I'm
like
clearly having fun."
I
Yeah,
think a good thing for that too though, and this just popped into my head as we're talking about it, but like pacing.
yeah,
Like I think if you pace the game and so you're not trying to like rush everything, but you're not trying to like keep everything nice and slow either, you're at a good pace, you
yeah.
know, during your game. I think the cool thing that when we have the time is we take breaks. We're like,
Yep.
all right, everybody go do what you got to do real quick. Come back here like 10, 15 minutes. Like we'll get right back into it. And it gives everybody that fucking breathing room because dude, if you went for like an 8 hour straight session without leaving the table to go to the bathroom or do anything,
You're not
Jesus
gonna be making good
Christ, you're not going
decisions
to be
at
making
a
good
certain
decisions.
point.
At
You're just
some
be like,
point,
yeah, fireball, fuck, dude, I need to eat.
like I haven't eaten all day and blah, blah, blah. Like
Yeah,
you're going to have that. And I think that it's important to have like breaks in between, like not just sessions, but like also you should have breaks in your session to like break up the game a little bit and be like, okay, cool. Do it when it's like somebody's like turn on watch or something like that, or do it when everybody takes that
dude.
long rest or
When you say that though, I know you don't. You let us kind of, we do other stuff, kind of go do other things.
yeah.
Do you think it's a good idea to allow talking about the game?
I think I think the DM shouldn't talk about the game.
But the players, if they talk, they talk.
If the players talk, they talk. You know what I mean? Like I think it's a version of socializing. It's like I don't want to say it like this because it sounds very corporate, but like think about it like the employees and the manager. If the
That was
manager,
really corporate.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
that was really
Like,
fucking like,
yeah,
and it's not like that. I'm not your guys' like actual boss in the game, but like you have to separate yourself from your players because I'm excited every time you guys play, everything that you guys do, and whatever is happening here with the invasion of our screen. What the fuck?
what are you doing?
Um, so for those of you who don't know and who are off the screen here, one of our dear friends is helping with some of the tech today so that our main tech guy can be on camera with us. And they have proceeded to look for something under the desk. So that is what has occurred. Um,
I think we should call it here.
Actually, you know what? I actually have a few more things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Um, I think yeah. So when it comes down to like players,
Mhm.
like talk, because like I want to talk with you guys about the game. I want to tell you everything that's going on in the game,
But you
and
can't.
going on in my head.
You can't.
You can't. No matter how excited you get, you
You
can't.
cannot, because
So
it
like
ruins
you got to
it.
put
It
yourself in
ruins
that
it.
like, hey, I have to not just like I have to for during the game, I have to distance myself from kind of like my friends. I have to be able to be like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? But in a sense that like we all have the same common goal. Like we're all trying to sell the most boxes at Walmart. You know what I mean? Like it's not just me trying to sell boxes at Walmart. It's you all dealing with customers selling boxes at Walmart, and I have to give you the tools to sell the boxes.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the thing that is like in my mentality is like you're not while I'm not your guys' fucking boss, I'm the person who owns the store. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
You can't tell us, because
yeah,
then it ruins it.
it
And then
ruins
it's
it.
not fun anymore.
And then it's not fun. It's like if I tell you when you guys hit like a fucking when there's like, yeah, in this next room I have like 8 trap doors. It's like, okay, so now we're gonna sit there and look for 8 levers.
I have a good example.
Oh,
If I tell you what Rosebud is in the first minute of the movie, you're not going to watch the rest of the fucking movie,
yeah, because like that was the big
because
hook.
you're done. Yeah.
That
you're
was
done.
that was my thing, and
Yeah.
like to go with it, man. Like I do want to say, like it is fun doing all of this stuff. I love talking about D&D. I love being like on here. I'm glad that you, me, even Sean have this fucking podcast because it's great. It's a great outlet. I feel like I've talked to so many people that like I wouldn't get to talk to normally, and I get questions about this stuff all of the time. So like people will reach like people I've never met will like reach out to me and be like, dude, how do I? And I'm like, oh, dude, this is what I do. Or like, oh, I have no clue, man. This is what I would look up. Like that portion of it is so like you get to have that conversation and
Yeah.
talk to people. And it's the same thing I feel with D&D when you find that group that you're looking for, it's like you could play a session that lasts years and it feels like it's only been months. And I guess to wrap this all up, don't let the burnout stop you from doing it. Like keep going.
Yeah.
Like maybe you need to slow down. Maybe you need to take that break. Like maybe you need to take that few days, few weeks, few sessions, few minutes, like whatever you have to do to get that breather and come back for round 2. Like fucking Muhammad Ali didn't box 12 rounds back to back to back to back without any break in between them. You know what I mean? There were fucking breaks in between the bells, you know?
And I would say when you're taking your break, ingest.
Yeah.
Like take in movies, take in shows, take in it, like
That's
D&D
going to be our
wise.
next subject was inspiration.
Yeah, like D&D wise, you don't have to necessarily read or watch anything D&D. Just take time to refuel, because it helps with ideas too. Because it could be something way from something that's not even D&D related at all, and you're like, I can use that.
Yeah, dude, you won't believe how many times I've used something from like and this is a fucking terrible example, but you won't believe I used something from like Vincent Price. You know what I mean? Like completely just like some gothy like movie from like Hammer horror films.
Mm.
You know, like or like something from a terrible ass movie that it's like that's a new monster. Avalanche shark. Like, you know, like
I would fight it.
Dude,
I'm
who
in.
wouldn't? Like it's an avalanche shark or it's whatever you can do. You know what I mean? I love it. And we'll talk more on inspiration on our next podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. And like, I just want to tell you, like, you can see from like the beginning of our conversation to the end that like you even talking has sparked. Like,
yeah,
we have
I know
so much.
We could sit here.
Me.
I hate it.
We can sit here for like hours.
Yes.
Hours and hours and probably talk about this stuff.
You and me are the exact opposite side, and you're like,
because
hey,
like
but what about this? I'm like, I know it's great, but I can't.
Thing is that like the other thing is I feel like I keep dragging you back in. You're like trying to claw out.
No.
I'm like over there and I like grab you by your ponytail. I'm like, Tyler, look at this.
And what about this? Like,
Tyler's like, all right, I'll make another roll, and you're like, yeah. Like, I'll make more characters. Yes, Tyler. Yes, fuel my narcissistic needs of a DM. Like it's all right. Well, that has been another fantastic episode of Our Corner. I've been your host, Eric. With me today has been the master of disaster, our tech guy, Gintech.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you next time on Our Corner.
See you.